everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good boy. When last we left off, we were actually down at the festival grounds in Bree. But we have finished up with the festival now. It's been quite a while. And we have traveled back north to Angmar here. We are outside Lorniel's quarters. Lorniel's quarters is where we got the quest to go into Carn-Dûm, which we are just a little bit too weak for. It was level 49 quest, one level above us. I think we should be at least level 50 to get in there and do that quest. So what we are going to do is we are going to work on doing some of the quests that you can find in Angmar here, in order to raise our level and increase our faction with the Rangers of the North up here.
Would you do something for me?
Let's grab another one so we can have a full group of 5 here. This is the Winged Host. These are dark days, burglar. The Moraval scourge preys upon my men, snatching them from where they sleep and carrying them off to their dens. You will find the Merivale stalking the lands of Himbar to the west. They are the eyes of Angmar, watching our movements and preying upon us. Slay them now, lest they return to Gathforthnir. Beware the spies in the Merivale, their kindred, the Bats. So we need to go. We've seen the Merivale. Himbar's just to the west of us. So we need to go defeat the Merivale in Himbar and defeat some Bats in Himbar as well. Alright, that gives us a full 5 here on our thread, on our quest tracker. So we will head on out of Gathforthnir here. And once again, that quest there is a raid, so that's not doing us any good. And go back out into Himbar and see what kind of ruckus we can raise. Alright, very good. Araneth, let's see what you have. Do you have a quest for these parts as well? Help from the south, and a continuous thread. We're already doing that. Is help from the south.
Stay a moment.
That's the small fellowship, indeed. Okay. I'm going to check right down here around the stable master and the 2 guys standing off to the side and see if they have any quests for this area as well. And see what level they are. Firangal and Felbin. And let's see what
Might
they have
you
to say.
spare a moment of your time?
That is a fellowship quest. Travel with Firangal to Oghair. The Battle of Oghair.
Will you hear my sorrows?
Where the false king sending reinforcements. Sorceress must be defeated. Go with me when you're ready to part. Fortunately, there's a 2 battleground quest, I believe. There's areas like that here, and obviously in Angmar, there's areas like that in Forchel and that sort of stuff, where you have battlegrounds where you take over territories, and you have to constantly fight against them. There's a area like that in Numenos as well, where you're constantly battling back the forces of the enemy to gain control of certain key areas in the zone. I'm going to go right up through here, and I'm certain that we will probably be running into some Merivale and all. Let's see. Harbinger's cloak, which I'm not wearing anymore, so I can actually take that off of my bar. Let's go into sneak mode as the spiders start loading in. Don't think any of my quests involve the spiders at the moment, but we are up here close to the area where the Merivale hang out. And despite which, there is a bat, which we will go and take out as well, since we are here in Himbar. Okay. Take weakness. Let's distract him. No, he didn't distract. But we can still take him out. Tattered wings. I wonder how all these evil creatures fly on their tattered wings. We've had the discussion before about the fact that why do people think that evil has to be corrupted and tatty like that? You know, we've had the talk before about how, let's get rid of this poison if we can. Had the talk before about how in EverQuest you had the land of Over There, and almost every place where you go like that, the elves and the good people, the good races, were setting up these wonderful new settlements and cutting down trees and making these intricate scroll work and everything that elves do, while the dark elves and the trolls and all that were setting up these horrible mud pits. Everything was falling apart. The ship was basically nothing more than a wrecked ship held on rafts. Really, it's like, you know, I believe my level of evil, when I'm evil overlord, mine's going to be much more like, oh, the Emperor in Star Wars. Or let's say, something very timely right now, Maleficent. You know, do you think Maleficent, I mean, look at the way she dresses. She's not in tatty old worn out robes. She's in wonderful, exquisite costumes. She's got a incredible castle that she lives in. It's not falling down in ruins and all about her ears. Look at Saruman. Saruman has a most remarkable home that he lives in and wardrobe and all. I think people have been watched the original Dracula too many times and think that's how all evil people live. No, Dracula lived like that because he was an undead living in his grave in Transylvania. Real evil overlords have class. Alright, we're going to continue along here. I'm going to keep taking out the bats and all. And we will rejoin you when we get further along on our mission here. Alright guys, as you see, we've come across an Iron Crown Priest once again. I think they're the ones that carry the staves. In fact, I think it's the same one that we took out earlier. Same location anyway. Perhaps once we defeated him, now that he has reappeared, we will take him out again. Just as soon as that creeper back there behind him takes off. I don't want to fight them both at the same time. And as you see here, hovering over him, maybe he'll drop us some pages too. Okay, reveal. He must be just behind the little thing there. Let's reveal weakness. See if we can distract him. Yes, indeed. And let's take him down. I'm gonna keep an eye on that spider over there. So if he starts wandering back over this way, we can move away in a hurry. Okay, is that something I can remove with that? Nope. Does not count as a poison. Didn't think it would, but it was worth a try. And down he goes as we collect another stave. Call off any poison. Let us stealth back up. Alright, and we are going to continue looking through this area, looking for things that we can defeat to complete these quests. I think I'm going to head up that way into there. There may be some Marival up in that area as well, so that's going to be my next path here in the Himbar region. Oh. Guess I had a dot on me that was causing me to break out of stealth there. Alright, we'll see you again in just a little bit. We have reached the area up here. As you see, we are looking down upon the little lake, little pond, and the little area here where their Angmar hang out and go fishing. As you see, there are not Marival up here, but what we have wandered into is a taming grounds. There are a bunch of breeding spiders down here in the pit and a bunch of iron-crowned tamers hanging around. They're not on my list, but it's still possible that they might have broken swords. So I'm going to take one on to see whether or not that might be something we can fight up here to continue along on the quest line. And of course he's summoning in a spider, but I think we'll be able to take him out in time before the spider can do serious damage to us. I'm wondering if it's going to be one of those that continues to fight us. Yep, it is. Some of the undead things that various creatures will summon in vanish as soon as the person is no longer there to hold them to their will. That's not the case here. Did we get anything? No swords? No, we didn't get any broken swords. We might, if you sat here and killed them long enough, it's possible that they might get something like that, but do not believe that that's going to happen in this case. And there are far better targets to go after than that. I'm going to jump down here. I'm going to try and use my safe fall. Which one is it? This one? Yes. Let's use our safe fall. Yay! And we would have injured ourselves too. Saw it come up there just for a brief moment, and you see it down here. You have injured yourself. Fortunately, the safe fall took care of that. We're gonna head over here closer to the actual town, interrupt their fishing a little bit, and see if we can find some of the warriors to take on. Warriors and marksmen. And there is a flare. Yep, there's a Gogoroth flare. We might try and take him on as well, but he's a tough bird. As you see there, 13,000 hit points. We may hold off on him until we actually have some decent food to take. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I can kind of thread the needle through here. A lot of Durvidane. Not what I'm looking for. As an Iron Crown marksman, however, that's one of the ones that we need the crossbows from. So let us lead the misguided hill folk behind for the moment and see if we can take the battle to the actual Angmar themselves. That's another protector. There's a priest. Has he got anyone around him? I wonder if any of these marksmen or warriors will aggro if I take that priest on. Let's give it a try. I can always use my burglar abilities to get out of a sticky position there. Good. Now, is he gonna follow me back on over here? Good. We've got him away from the other guys. We didn't aggro any of them. So we can see if we can take his stave off as well. It's a bit of a tough one, so let's see if we can. Some of our other tricks like evade and all. Try and make him not hit us quite so much. I'll go ahead and throw some morale on me too while we're at it. And he shouldn't take too much longer here before he goes down. And we'll have a third stave. Yes, our third stave. So we found another priest there. And let us stealth up right quick and get our morale back where it should be. And then I'm going to see if I can't go and pull one of those marksmen from that side, or maybe a warrior from the other side there. Down on the road here we have a traveling Iron Crown crossbowman. He's not a marksman, but perhaps he will still drop a crossbow. Let's take a look at him here. Does he qualify for defeat the Angmar anyway? He defeats for that. But he doesn't actually go for tenuous thread, does he? Alright, we will let him be then. We will have plenty of other Angmarim to take on. We'll actually qualify. Like this warrior right over here. That once the creeper moves out of the way. And it looks like a couple of marksmen, some other warriors. Okay. Ah, crap. You would walk off. Annoyances. Okay. Fortunately, though, the spiders headed off in the other direction. I think we will be able to backstab this guy right quick and take him down. See, my burglar heal is kicked in. I don't necessarily like the randomness of it now, that it's, you know, one of those tasks that just kicks in. Alright, let's make sure we are not poisoned. But it is nice that it is something that I do not have to think about. It'll just do it on its own. Ooh, there's a named guy there. Fotath, Messenger of Karndum. I'm sure we'll see him in a future quest. Bunch of protectors. Let's see if we can't sneak our way in and see if we can get a hold of one of those marksmen. And some more bats. Do we have any Marival up this way either? That's a good question. Don't see any, just more bats and all. And some hiding, lurking spiders. There's one. We've got a Marival right over here. And as you see, she will be appropriate for the winged host. We still need to take out 3 of those. So let's see if we can get a hold of her before she goes wandering off over there too close to the dread pole. We got a number of them right here. We're summoning those bats and all. It's starting to feel like the Halloween festival, the Haunted Burrow festival around here again. Quite a nice model that they made for. It does worry me that whoever came up with it might have some issues with women. Not saying, I'm just saying. Oh, these yellows are tough up here. Got Gotta say that the yellow creatures, as you see, we're down to a third again. The yellow creatures up here in Angmar definitely live up to their rating. And remember, we are decked out in at least half of what we have is the mithril stuff as well. They may be ugly. They may have some horrible features on them, like the vestigial wings sticking off of their arms and the cantilevered knees there, but they definitely have a certain sachet in their walk, don't they? Yeah, as you see all the Marval back there on the hills behind them. This is where I was thinking about earlier. Whenever I was wandering around in that spider area, I knew there was an area like this that had a good number of Marval all in one area. We're going to take her down, heal up, and see if we can't go and find one more that will work for us here. Let's see if I can riddle her right quick. Ah, crap. Didn't trade over to the bat quick enough. Last. Alrighty. Heal up a little. We may need... Yep, I think we're going to have to do the hide in plain sight right quick. We'd have been fine if it hadn't been for the Bloodfang sneaking in on us. So we'll heal up now that she has forgotten about us and pull her to a location where we're not going to get any ads. That one was a tough little fight there. I was very lucky I was able to use both the potions over here and have my burglar kick in at the same time. Don't know what happened, but she was a lot harder a fight than she was whenever I was taking her on over there. Okay, let's see if we can't get one more of these Merval, and then we will head back to Gathforthnir and turn in that quest. Boom. Distract. Unresisted. She's gonna get... I'm just worried she's a little too close to that other one, is she? No. Let's hope no one wanders over this way, though. I can't use my trip to get her back either. Yes, fortunately the other one's wandering the other direction. Very good. Keeping an eye on my hit points up there. I've been doing that a lot more lately. Like I said, these are very much tougher fights than what I'm used to down in areas like the Lonelands and stuff. This area wants to, when they say yellow level, they're kind of taking it old school a little bit here. Oh, incapacitated. Damn, I didn't get to the healing potion quite fast enough. Let's revive. And take her down. Whoa! Don't think she is gonna wander off. Should have traveled a little bit further away before I dropped into Hobbit silence here. Good. I am actually happily impressed. Said I'm used to, especially the terrain fights here, the mobs out just wandering around, being a lot weaker than this. fact that they've actually made them a good deal stronger and made them tougher is a source of a good deal of joy for me. Like everything hasn't been given the easy button yet. Okay. We're almost ready to try her on one more time here. Let's reveal weakness. Let us distract her. There we go. Good, now burglar heels kicked in. You see, sometimes the fights are a lot easier. It all kind of depends on your luck. How often you get these good rolls. And there is a named Marval wandering around. All in green. Alright, we're not going to worry about her right now. We've taken some armor damage from our defeat. I'm going to make my way back to Gathforthner, and we will turn in the winged host. And we will see you whenever we arrive back over there. Just a quick thing to point out, I was in the correct area earlier. As you see, some of the blood fangs that I were killing had now been replaced by Marval. There's one right over there as well. So yes, if you're in this area here below the spiders, I was correct. No Marval around, just start killing some of the bats. Apparently they're on the same spawn table. Okay, continuing on to Forthnir now. There's another one. We have traveled back inside Gathforthner. We are right outside Lorniel's quarters. And here is Thoriel, who sent us on the winged host.
How can I be of service?
You alone accomplish what we could not, Gnarlo. We are so few in number, and without Golidir to guide us, we feared the worst. I can only hope you possess the spirit to face an even greater threat. There must be one that leads these Mirabelle to our doorsteps. Sounds like a fellowship quest, or possibly a raid.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Small fellowship, going after Irevale, the basically queen of the Morval. Well, not queen, but one of their, as they say, they're led by one of their evil Morval lieutenants. So I'm afraid we're going to have to decline that one. Is that the only one that she has? Queen of the Host and Cries of the Host. That's the one to go after the lieutenant, and there's the one
Might I take a moment of your time?
to go after the queen, which is a full fellowship. So yep, we're going to have to hold off on that one. That is fine. We are going to call it an episode right there. Hope y'all are doing fine. Hope y'all are enjoying yourself. Hope you had a good Father's Day, either with your father or with your children if you are a father. I had a good one in both of those instances. And in addition, I'm getting to enjoy the World Cup this week as well. So if football is your thing, I hope you're enjoying that also. So there you go. We're going to call that a end there. I am off for today, and I'm off for the next, what is it now, 10 days. So I am hoping to get quite a number of these episodes up, and perhaps we will definitely make it to level 49. Perhaps we'll make it all the way to 50. And then at that point, maybe continue on into Carndune. So we'll see you. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a good rest of the morning, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.